Hours before last night's debate, a conspiracy theory began floating around online that Joe Biden was being fitted with a hidden earpiece. In a statement, President Trump's campaign accused Biden of backing out of an agreement that the two would be inspected for electronic earpieces ahead of the debate. The rumor was speculated about on Facebook and right-wing media, including Fox News. Biden's campaign denies that it ever agreed to such an inspection, with one campaign staffer calling the rumor, quote, completely absurd. Biden poked fun at the conspiracy theory before hitting the debate stage, tweeting a picture of headphones and a pint of ice cream, writing, "It's debate night, so I've got my earpiece and performance enhancers ready." Jenny's ice cream, definitely a performance enhancer for me. Joining me now, spokesperson for Color of Change Political Action Committee, Rashad Robinson. Rashad, good morning. Thank you so much for being here on this very important moment. I know you are focusing later on today on a campaign to hold Facebook accountable. But the thing I really want to talk to you about, and I'm happy to talk about Facebook's role in this as well, if you'd like to, is that moment where President Trump told the Proud Boys to stand by. I mean, that I think all of us are struggling to grapple with the enormity of that. And this is obviously not the first time he's done something like this. What was your reaction to this? And what do you think Americans need to do going forward into this election campaign season?
Well, I think we need to be vigilant. We need to recognize that it's not just the Proud Boys that exist. It's not just the other white nationalists that exist that have been given entree to raise their voices, to stoke violence in communities, to commit violent acts. And in communities, it's that they've been enabled, and they've been enabled by big institutions and corporations. We have fought to force major credit card companies to cut off them being able to be processed. And being able to process fees and being able to raise money online. We've had to fight institutions. Basically, a couple of hours before the debate, I was in an email exchange with incredibly high-level people at Facebook and a back and forth trying to explain to them why the Donald Trump Jr. post on Facebook enlisting an army of poll watchers should have violated their platform. And what I got was the same tone-deaf things I continue to get from Facebook about explaining to me about how it doesn't violate it. And then just a couple of hours later, Donald Trump doesn't not only not condemn white nationalists, he tells them to stand by. Meanwhile, there is a post still up on Facebook from Donald Trump Jr. now enlisting an army of poll watchers to come and protect the president's results. Like, we are living in a world where we have people who should be standing up and using their power to push back. But instead, because of profit and growth, because of fear of regulation, they are willing to throw safety, integrity, and security out the window. And so for the American public, what we have to recognize is that this is a threat, and we have to do everything we can to stand up and push back.
So Facebook is clearly trying to suggest in the wake of the president's comments that they have done what they should in terms of trying to address this group. They say that they booted them off of the platform several years ago. Is that actually what's happened? How are the Proud Boys and other groups like them interacting with our largest social media platforms?
So we were going back and forth with them along with other groups this summer. Trying to get the Proud Boys actually booted off. So it's one thing when someone says, oh, we set up this policy to kick these groups off. And then they said it back in 2018. But this summer, June 2020, they had to actually take the Proud Boys off the site because after months of going back and forth and after more uprisings that were happening, after Proud Boys showing up in communities and continuing to use their platform, what they actually said they had done had not happened. A ban is not a ban if no one is banned. And this is what Facebook continues to have a problem, is that they set policies and then they don't actually enforce them. And so they don't actually become real policies. If we don't experience a change in the platform, then it hasn't actually existed. And so now we're going to get a lot of defensive messages from Facebook. We're going to get really caring messages about how hard they are working, how much they care, how much they take this seriously. The fact of the matter is that we know when Facebook takes something seriously, when it's about making money, when it's about getting more advertisers on the platform, even when it was dealing with the coronavirus and the disinformation about the virus, they could mobilize all sorts of forces to make things happen. It seems when it comes to the safety, integrity, and security of our elections, when it comes to dealing with hate content on their platform targeted at Black folks and Jewish folks and other communities that have been the targets of white nationalists and white supremacists, we end up getting a lot of caring and not a lot of action.
All right, Rashad Robinson, we will be keeping an eye on that press conference later on today. I really appreciate you getting up early after a late night watching that debate. So thank you very much.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.